Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast with me, Matt. Am I recording? Yeah, I seem to be. Good. That's a little bit confusing. Anyway, we have an Eastern Front battle for you all. Let's go through the players. For the Soviet Union, we have Robertas as Rifle Division. Brainbok as the Motorstrelki. Okay, so modern rifle, very good combination. It was rifle, I think? Yes, it was. Okay. For the Germans, we have Muro as propaganda tactics for the Waffen-SS. And before Eagle as Waffen-SS, but he's not moving. That could be a problem. Hopefully he'll start moving soon. Perhaps he's having a little bit of time loading in, which some people do have. Which can be an annoying little thing. This is the fields of Wiener Kendonk, I believe the name is. And Bafigel, you really should start moving. Is it really taking that long for him to load in? That could be a big problem. We see Sturm Grenadier and followed by Volksturm. So not full on Volksturm straight out the gate. That's going to be intriguing. We'll see how this battle goes. Now, Germans already reached for the fuel here, so I think they'll be able to hold that unless they get overrun by Soviets. Now, the Storm Pioneers will be very good at holding them off for a while. And there we go, before Beagle is on the field. Better get moving. The Soviets are overrunning the other flank immediately. Soviets are moving up very quickly. And they also have propaganda, so... Oh my god, triple Volksturm. Are we just gonna see, like, Volksturm defense in the last days of Germany as the Russians push into East Germany? Oh, and that Molotov is hit really well. So I think the Volksturm and the Sturm Grenadiers are gonna have a little bit of an issue here, but let's see if they can hold on for at least a while the Soviets prepare to push closer to Berlin. So it looks like the southern flank is going to focus more on elite infantry, at least by the looks of it. While the northern flank is going to focus more on the Volksturm. That's an intriguing way of doing it. That'll be interesting to watch. But Sturm Pioneers are really good infantry, so they'll definitely do a lot of good job against conscripts at range. Pontoviki are trying to flank though, but it looks like that the Sturmgewehr really worked out there in their favor. Sturm Grenadiers are very potent infantry. Oh my god, Bafigel is just going Volksturm. Tons of Volksturm. Kugelwagen MG42 coming out. Sturm Pioneers are trying to buy some time for the northern flank. Pontovik is going to be facing up against two Sturm Grenadiers here, and that's a lot of firepower coming their way. Molotov going out though, but I think he sensed that would happen. So the Molotov was cancelled. Sturm Grenadiers are definitely already showcasing that they have very good infantry. You could even start arming the Volksturm Gewehr if you wanted. It's actually very cheap. Only 25 munitions for essentially a Sturmgewehr. Should not be underestimated at all. Now there's the Kugelwagen too. More Molotovs coming out. It's going to be very hard to push up here, I think, for the Germans. Kugelwagen it's gonna. But the Sturm Grenadiers are still showing off their accuracy. They are starting to take losses, though. I'm having Pontoviki back here, so these are a lot better infantry at holding. Maxim coming up, though. Sturm Pioneers coming back to the front line. Sturm Grenadiers are going to have to fall back. Volksturm have secured the northern front along the farm here. That's a lot of Volksturm, holy shit. That's 6 Volksturm squad, that's a lot of infantry. Didn't even notice all the fighting that went there. We have double Maxim coming for... Oh, good grenade right there. You have double Maxim coming up for the other Soviet here to try and hold the Volksturm back. Since I believe the Volksturm have no smoke grenades, it's going to be very hard for them to overrun a machine gun. But there's just so many of them, they can just outmaneuver it. Grenade going out. And then button flash it. But grenade was all he needed. So the Volksturm actually showing off pretty well here. Hey, we've got a second Volksturm squad here now for the other German flank. You should not rely on Volksturm as basic infantry. They have very good numbers and supporting your elite troops, but they are not the best frontline infantry. They are only militia. That's a lot of them using a Panzerfaust here with no animation, unfortunately. So they're actually threatening the Soviet base somewhat. But now, the Frontovika have been armed with PPSHs. That's a grenade, though. Good grenade, but they lost 2 Volksturm squads to that. Yeah, PPSHs on the Frontovika is definitely going to make them much deadlier in medium to close range combat. That Frontovika is going to be outmaneuvered here. That's a lot of rifles, yeah. So we still hold the southern flank though. Is that an MG42? That's an MG08, okay. They are both propaganda, so that's a very intriguing little thing. We're seeing Odon come out, the mortar strategy, elite Soviet infantry. They're like short word of the Volksturm, they just should not get too close. Actually, that's not matter, they don't have enough munitions for a Panzerfaust at the moment. But he as a player obviously didn't know that, so he had to be very careful still. Still, that vehicle is going to become very useful. He just needs to not get too close. And now he's getting too close. Yeah, that's what you don't want to do. Have mines been laid? Yeah, the Volksturm can lay mines, by the way. A lot of German infantry can. Oh man, but Fiegel lost basically everything what the Sturm Pioneers had but one Volksturm. That was a costly engagement up there. Sturm Grenadiers have been armed with an LMG-42. And looks like the Volksturm are going to flank around here. Probably going to wait for an opening. But Serbs have put up a lot of Maxim, so that's definitely going to give them a lot more firepower to work with here. But Serbs did lose a lot on the northern front too. Autostrelki has already been armed with the RPD. Here come the Germans, they're pushing up very aggressively, but there's a Maxim. But I think one Volksturm is going to get close enough to throw a grenade. Or a Brandflash in this case. And here comes the rest of the German force, but they're being pinned by another Maxim. Yeah, the Germans are just losing a lot of men here. MG08 is trying to set up, but it's being suppressed too. Grenade assault going in from the Sturm Pioneers over the hedge. Commissar's present to direct the front line. Well, the other flank, it looks like that the Soviets are slowly getting some territory, but a lot of mines are being prepared by the Germans as they are pulling back. And the Sturmführer has been called in. It's going to be interesting. Double Aufklar now from the SS on the other flank. That's going to be intriguing. They're going to focus on marksman rifles. Also, demo charge been prepared. They're going all out here with their mines. And they're just booby trapping, which I suppose would kind of fit for the time period of this battle. In all honesty, in the setup with all the Volksturm trying to implement their own form of scorched earth. Which the Germans did do. Hitler, in the final days of the war, actually kind of ordered that the Germans, if they could not win, there should not be a Germany left. So they were actually ordered to destroy everything. Absolutely everything. Germany should be completely destroyed. That kind of seems like the kind of stuff we would see. Mortar trying to push up here, but the Untersturmführer has a really competent bodyguard squad. So if he can actually hold them at bay there. He could probably actually hand them with Gewehr 43s unless he wants them to give the Volksturm Gewehr. It looks like the Volksturm are gonna get shut down by the RPD. There they go. Big push here from the Germans. Sturm Pioneers have already been armed with the MP 3008, which apparently is a copy of the Sten gun. Okay. Basically a way to try and make the MP40 cheaper. Because, well, at the end of the war, the Germans will be lacking in just everything. They needed to just make weapons that could be made cheaply and efficiently in the times of war, as most industrial complexes were actually just bombed. Germany really didn't have a lot of industrial capacity at the end of the war, which led to a lot of ingenious and weird weapons. Like, you can actually upgrade these guys with the Eintos Flammenwerfer. which is like a single-use flamethrower. Like, that's just an example of how weird the Germans went at the end of the war with weapons. We have the 36 veterans on the field. Really good squad for propaganda. They can only have one of them at a time. Exceptionally powerful squad that can be equipped for most situations. Half-class leading up here to get sight on the front line. Half-class actually providing them a lot of sight range, including spotting the Maxim. So the Germans might soon prepare a push, but that Maxim, not Maxim, the Kugelwagen went down. Thanks to a tank hunter present. Germans are preparing a big push here though. Maxim is waiting in ambush. And he's got to start opening fire. Hitting all the German troops. That's going to be a lot of the Germans, I think. Actually, the Maxim had to reload. So most of those squads actually got out of there. That's impressive. That's already being called in. This Maxim forcing him to move. Yeah, Muru is actually quite surprised he didn't lose a single squad there. T-54 arriving for the motor. So I think these troops up here is going to have a little bit of trouble dealing with that unless it runs into a teller Not sure if there are any teller mines here, only splang mine. Oh, they are trying to lay a teller mine though. But I think they'll get spotted. They've been spotted. Yeah, and immediately the veterans are pulling back. But there's a Volksturm Panzerjäger squad having been called in and waiting. But they've been spotted there. Forced them to have to pull back. Germans evacuating the northern front entirely until they can get more men or units. Double Aufklar. Next to each other. It's like double marksman stuff. You can actually upgrade them with the scopes to give everything gets efficiency free. Which I think with the Kampfkraft Center, if you go for it, you can actually do. Which is actually a little bit of a ridiculous upgrade for those Aufklar, I think, because they're actually very accurate with the with that Sturmgewehr. Oh, looks like the Cis-3 is firing in this area. Probably should spread out the Jaegers. Or just get them moving. Well, not Jaegers, Aufklar. Russians laying mines as well. Some TM-35s. Double T-34 in the field. Oh, we have rifle guards arriving for the Soviet Rifle Command. This is a unique squad to Soviet Rifle Commander, and like the German one from propaganda, you can only have one of them in the field at a time. Exceptionally good squad, they can do a lot of work. T-34 relocating southwards by the looks of it. There's also one up north. Russians laying more mines. We do have some Panzerjägers just waiting here for an ambush. They want that tank to get close to that tank somehow. Veterans on the open have to pull back. They will not stand a chance against the tank out in the open like that. German anti-tank tactics really revolved around trenches and mines. Always remember that. Trenches, ambushes, and mines. That's the Germans' most efficient anti-tank methods. Or at least what they did in the war with infantry-based stuff. Yeah, I don't think these Aufklar are gonna do a lot of work. They're taking heavy losses from the Motorstrelke here. Looks like the other German is preparing for a big push into the other flank, but the guards are present. Artillery being called in on both sides. T-54 for the rifle division coming out as well. That's a lot of German infantry being prepared. Cis-3 is opening fire in that area though. What's it being called to try and disable this Maxim. And once that's done, I think the Germans are going to make a charge. But another Maxim has been set up. And the Cis-3 is getting good shots. Already got 14 kills. So if the Germans can hold that position, they have to get out of there. Throwing a smoke grenade first to try and buy some time. Good to see. And while the other flank is being overrun by a T-34 for now. But they are pulling back though. The veterans need to get veterans so they can get the Panzers rig, I think. To try and deal with the whole issues going on. Here comes the T-34 on the other flank though. You can actually write your infantry on T-34s. If you want. That's a really cool little ability to have. Makes them good for assaulting.
Engineers ready for assignment.
More Sabers coming in. More conscripts being prepared as well. Not sure what the Germans are going to do at the moment. They've lost a lot of stuff. Pack 40 is coming up though for the other flank. Double MP40s, or well, MP 3008 or 3008 and MP40s on the Storm Pioneers. That's going to make them a lot more reliable, I think. At least in close quarters. The issue is getting to the close quarters. Volksturm do have Panzerfaust though. Oh, they're getting Eintos Flammenwerfers. Oh, fascinating. There it goes. That was a good use of the Volksturm there for like a quick ambush around the buildings. The other flank though is going to be a little bit harder, I think, for the Germans to fight the T-34s. They do have these Panzerjägers just waiting. So if it gets close enough, they can do a Panzerfaust assault. Oh, mines are hitting, but mines don't actually do much to the veterans somehow. T-34s could though. Explosive being loaded, aim for the veterans. Didn't think it hit. Oh, he cancelled it. Oh, Panzerjäger's present. Panzerfaust got in though. Cut-off point has been secured by the Soviets. They've actually booby-trapped it. Yeah, well, the Germans are still trying to fight hard on this farm here. Pontoviki and Maxims and guards pushing up. You also have a Soviet sniper team. Keeping an eye on everything. Lots of Volksturm gathered around this Untersturmführer. Goliath has been called in. A remote-controlled mine used by the Germans during the war. Exceptionally dangerous little tool. It's actually very hard to deal with unless you have an anti-tank rifle or a 50 caliber machine gun, because you need something big enough to destroy it. They do have an anti-tank rifle in the rear, so a one-shot from that could immobilize the mine. Oh my god, the T-34 is pushing up aggressively. These Panzerjägers need to move quickly. There's a booby trap, but if they move into that territory, it might trigger it. Veterans are pushing up though. Panzerfaust. Mobilizing it. Oh, actually, they don't capture territory, so they won't actually trigger it. Okay, he's gonna use his Panzerjäger to do it. Oh, another one is pushing up. He's got a Panzerknacker it. Because it's cheaper, I think. Yeah, it's cheaper to do. And since it's immobilized, it's better to do. Meanwhile, it looks like that the Volksturm are pushing on the other flank. Sisfi's gonna open fire again. MG08 opening fire. Machine gun used in the First World War. And pushed back into service by with the Volksturm. Sniper's got detected and it's gonna go down, I think. Yep. I like the Eastern Front fights. They can get quite intense. Looks like we have a Special Operations Major present. An officer from the Motor Division can call in the Red Air Force and precision artillery strikes. Volksturm pushing up again to try and secure this little point. The Goliath might actually take action soon. It just needs to figure out where it wants to go. Another pack has been prepared here by the Germans. Someone heard a Goliath and immediately is getting panicked. I don't blame them. Generally, the Goliath can be a nice little piece of work to deal with. He does have assist 3 though, and a tank gun in the rear there. Oh, we have a Gauleiter arriving. Essentially a provincial governor appointed from the Nazi party, generally handpicked by Hitler. Arrives with a large Volkssturm bodyguards. Very unique commander to propaganda, like a 9-man commander. You don't see that often. Yeah, I don't think he's technically a... He's technically not really a combat officer, despite having such a huge retinue. He's there to buff Volkssturm, and oh, it blew up. Seems like a waste of a Goliath. We do have a second Goliath going in, and the Volkssturm has captured a T-34, but not for long. So it's denied that to them. Now the Gauleiter being a 9-man though, it makes him really good for defensive operations, however. He's really good at just holding down a territory. He can even stop a territory from being captured by ordering a last stand. So very intriguing. Like, he could technically capture his territory and put the officer here, the Gauleiter here, and then activate a last stand, and this territory would be unable to be captured. So a very fascinating commander. Oh, they got spotted there, because the Udon here counters recon infantry, so they'll spot stealth stuff. T-45 coming out from the motor. No further tank arriving for the rifle division. I don't think they really need it. They've gotten a heavy mortar now. So that's going to start chilling the German positions even more. You do have a Panzerwerfer though arriving for the propaganda tactics. And the Panzerwerfer can be very nasty. Oh, that heavy mortar hit very close though. No Gauleiter for the southern flank. Gauleiter is fighting here alongside the Volkssturm and an Untersturmführer. He himself standing a little bit further back, fighting with his Luger. Trying to imagine himself as some kind of combat officer. Still trying to fight the T-34 here. Good shot from the Stuk there. But the Udon is pushing up, and they do have anti-tank grenades. And even a bazooka on them, actually. They'll get cut down there. The other Conscripts are pushing on the other flank. Looks like they were aiming for the Panzerwerfer here. Panzerwerfer did actually... It didn't fire. But they got a kill with its machine gun. Oh, that Molotov hit themselves. And they both laughed at that. That's good to see. They have a bit of a humor with one another.
More of our troops have been lost.
Panzerwerfer needs to be very careful where it uses its shot. It's gonna get very close to the front line. Now it's firing. That's a very close range shot. It's a certain truck though. And a Maxim. Probably what he intended. And with that, looks like the Germans are going to make a push. PPSHs have been armed on the guards though. And there's another T-34. Hauptsturmführer is directing the battle just behind. Calling in the Stuka strike to disable the point. Volkssturm Gewehrs have been armed on some of them. It's going to deny the point to the Soviets for now at least. But Germans have to pull back again. Germans also really need to capture this point over here.
Fresh guards troops are standing by.
Lots of Odana being prepared. They are a very efficient elite squad for the Soviets to use. And the only command I actually think that gets an elite squad like this. I mean, shock troopers can also be considered it, but I don't think shock troopers are exactly elite like they were done, huh? And this Stuk is in trouble. They're still holding.
Ready for action.
All Volks Grenadiers are being assembled too. 122mm going in. So that's going to southern point again. That Germans are going to have to pull back. You don't want to stay with 122mm going in, and that's another Stuka bombing run.
A medium tank was destroyed. Damn it! Pin down!
TV is pushing on the southern flank. Do the southern flank have anything to stop them? They do have this pack in ambush that actually got a good shot off. More Volksturm are pushing up. Is he actually using the Kampfkraft Center? He has given all his troops an extra level of veterancy to start with, so that's something. More Volksturm are trying to fight on the other flank here. But the fighting is happening all over the place today. On the Maxim has been prepared. Kampfkraft Center for the other German. No upgrades on it yet. So the Hamsenführer pushed in here with 12cm artillery, but he got hit directly there. But he destroyed a heavy mortar with his sacrifice. The Allies can probably be armed with the LMG 42 100 rounds. You can get him to veterancy too. A very good upgrade for him, I think. It's really good at staying in like the rear line for support with some good machine gun fire. Panzerwerfer's firing again. Oh, didn't kill any unit fully, but it did disable the T-34 a little bit. That's a B4 being set up though by the Rifle Division. Stalin's Sledgehammer. An exceptionally big artillery gun, 203mm. Basically will devastate practically anything in one shot, including a King Tiger, I believe. He needs to hit directly though. And you also need line of sight in order to fire it. You can't just blind fire it into the fog of war. It's also notoriously inaccurate. Artillery going in on the... heavy artillery going in on the German fort base here. And SU-122 was also being prepared, I think. ISU-122, my bad. E4 firing though. Looks like it's firing over here. Oh yeah, so it is. Lucky thing that the Germans moved away from the HQ at that point. But I think the Germans had to evacuate that part of the map fully. The B4 can be truly devastating.
Another vehicle has been lost in the defense.
It fires 3 shots. You can hear it coming. Overshot, but still did a lot of damage. That's 23 kills in 2 shots, I think. Because I think it still has 1 more shot to fire, and there it goes.
Brave infantry have made the ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah, that's devastating. So that's 31 kills in 1 barrage. Truly a devastating artillery piece. Another Gauleiter here for the other German flank.
Ready to deploy. Ready for action.
So looking good here for the Volksturm defense, especially the northern flank. They're being overrun out in the fields. Basically all their trucks have been destroyed.
Taking fire! Taking fire! Get out of his line of sight!
And there it goes. That's going to be a very hard one for the Germans to come back from.
Destroyed. A mobile command vehicle has been dispatched. Go with others.
These still have some of their officers out. Germans are trying to fortify their defensive line out here with a bunker. Quickly duck one. But the Soviets might turn the B4 southwards for the next salvo. But here comes the ISU-122. Pretty big gun on that thing. High explosive being armed on the Go Lighter. Oh, and killing them all of them! Oh my god, that's devastating. The other Go Lighter is sending everything northwards though. Or a push for Germany. That's another Volksturm coming towards that T-34. Unfortunately, I don't think it works that well against the Soviets. Human wave assaults is kind of the Soviet specialty, though. But Germans are not stopping with it. They think they might have a chance. Heavy artillery has immobilized the ISU-122, though. Huskers are piercing the line though. But the Germans still control this, and that's the most vital thing. They're still getting resource from this part of the map.
Officer, ready to be deployed.
Now heavy mortar being prepared by the Soviet Union. More motor guards pushing up on Udon rather. I believe this Diesel might be in trouble. Using the Eishausflammenwerfer. Didn't do that much, but we actually got to see it for once. You normally never see the Eishausflammenwerfer being used. It's a very unique little weapon. And I just got a message on my phone. My apologies. I'll just have a look. What did I get? That's fine. It's just something relating to my dad's. Nothing you should worry about. Let me just respond here. Anyway, let's focus back to the action here. I'm probably going to get a reply here shortly, but that's just how it is. Don't think you'll mind. Oh, we have a King Tiger. Or not a King Tiger, Tiger Ace coming in. Unique call into the propaganda tactics that can last long enough. Essentially, it's a Veteran C4 Tiger, so really powerful thing. It needs to be utilized correctly, and the Soviets do have an 85 and a 122, so that could pierce the Tiger. Germans have to be really cautious here. They're doing a very big push outwards now. Probably thinking this Tiger Ace might be exactly what they needed to make a comeback. '85 went down, that's one shot from the 88. The 88 gun on the Tiger will do a lot of damage. B4 opening fire in this part of the map, as kind of expected. Probably got vision on it somehow. Tiger Ace, do you need to be careful as it moves up? T-3476 spotted. ISU-122 probably has to pull back. It is very risky to try and fight a Tiger Ace. That crew knows what it's doing. That's the third shot. Doesn't look like there's any more damage happening to the German base here. They need to get back to repairs though and get this base operational again. Red Air Force has been called in, I think. Also cannon combat run. But the Tiger Ace is moving out of range of that. Yeah, but the German infantry are not. Yeah, they're getting cut to pieces there. He is taking quite the shots there though. But the IL-2s are taking a little bit of a time to take down. Bunker being overrun here. Panzerjäger is coming down though. Good shot there from the Panzerschreck. Now the pack might get the finishing shot. No penetration. And the T-34 to get out of there. Tiger Ace is still going to be a big problem though. But if that ISU 122 can get a good shot on it, I think the Tiger Ace could be in very big trouble.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
So the conscripts are pushing through here quite aggressively. Might he grab it? Oh, he's going to take the point instead. Okay. Just as they get hit by their own mortar. More Volksturm trying to push up here against the elite forces of the Soviet Union.
Be ready. Yes. Prepare for action.
That T-34 is going to be in big trouble.
Incoming tank. Counterfire.
No penetration actually.
Infantry group.
Panzerwerfer doing close range fire. There was a mine there actually. A good thing the Tiger did not move forward. Oh, Panzerwerfer destroying the ISU 122.
Stand ready.
So I think the Germans might be able to make somewhat of a comeback here if they can just not get destroyed or pinned down again. That's a bit big howitzer though. That looks at 122mm.
A squad of infantry.
That B4, if you can get a good shot at the Tiger Ace, could also kill it. That's a veteran C4 Panzerwerfer though. That's really impressive. Goldlights has been armed with a Flammenwerfer, okay. Not the upgrade I usually see, but it will stop people from getting up close to the building, I think. But the grade's still going in. And because it's such a large squad, it's gonna take ages to get out of the building. Oh, you can also still be armed with the LMG 42. Okay, so you can have 2 weapon slots. That's good to know. Tiger Ace is still present. 85 is probably gonna try and get a shot. No penetration. Moved out of range of the Tiger. High explosive incendiary going in. Destroying the Odon. Tiger Ace for the other propaganda player now. So we have double Tiger Ace here. A duo of Tiger crews coordinating the defense here. Trying to stop the Russians from getting closer to Berlin. Goldlights opening fire with his Flammenwerfer here. Oh, I think it's gonna try and spot for the B4. Yeah, B4's already started with fire.
The enemy has killed another infantry squad.
Yeah, it's trying to aim for the Tiger Ace. If a shell lands near the Tiger Ace on it, it's dead. So they need to be very careful and move very far away from that location. B4's firing again. Yeah, it looks like it's not gonna hit. T-34 trying to flank this Tiger. Lost its gun and everything though. 85 going up for a shot. Ooh, good shot there. I think the Tiger Ace has to pull back for repairs. You don't want to risk a Tiger Ace. Double 85 and the third one being prepared. Storm Pioneers have pulled up here to repair it.
Stand by, crew. We can now establish a forward HQ.
So the officers are definitely gonna have to report they have issues pushing up. It's not easy to deal with 2 Tiger Aces. Especially not in close proximity to one another.
Vehicles.
Like they're in somewhat in supporting distance of one another. But the 85 is trying to be very brave here. We have some stormtroopers coming in. Ace does have to be careful though. It's only a Tiger tank. It's not a weapon that can turn the tide of war. It needs to be utilized correctly. The 85s will be able to pierce it, and we have double B4. That's a lot of heavy artillery for the Soviet Union. Panzerwerfer doing fire somewhere, probably around here. Oh, on the Maxim, okay. Germans are slowly getting some ground back with stormtroopers, supporting the Tiger Race. 85 down there. Tigers can't get shot on more of them. 85s are trying to flank though, but I think... Yeah, the Tiger crew just reloads too fast. No penetration, and that's another 85 almost done.
God's troops ready for action.
And here they come pushing up again. Needs to be careful though. Don't what's it called? Don't push too much with your Tiger Race. You do need to keep it protected with infantry. And so far, it seems to be doing a good job keeping its flanks secure. And keeping Sturmgrenadiers nearby to always support it. But the B4s will soon start firing, I think. Yeah, this one is already turning. It just needs sight on it. And well, these Sturmgrenadiers are still just holding them back with his Volkssturmgewehrs. 25, by the way. It's an exceptional little squad right there. Well, the Soviets need some kind of ways of stopping these Tiger Races. They're trying to find out where the Tiger Races are, I think, so they can hit them. That's another T-34 down. And they cannot turn this gun fast enough. It takes a long time to turn a B4. So the fact that keeping them mobile is actually working out really well.
What do you need?
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
B4 is turning southwards here.
We have an
Is it gonna open fire? Doesn't look like it.
T-34 ready for combat.
Stand by.
The Ballladung here, but I think the German infantry is too clumped up. That's smoke grenade actually worked in the Germans' favor there, but there's another Maxim there opening fire, so they've been completely pinned. B4 turns towards the other Tiger Race, I think. They need to wait their shots and call them correctly. Tiger Race is moving very aggressively here. It's firing. No penetration. Ooh, overshot. Yeah, the Germans immediately heard the shells. They're definitely pulling back from there. You don't want to be in a place that's under fire from a B4. And the Volkssturm are pushing up now with a counterattack, supported by the Tiger Race. They're going straight into a Soviet defensive line with guards and oh, direct shot there with the B4 mobilizing with the shockwave. That Tiger Race is going to need repairs immediately.
Commander abilities ready.
And penetrating from the SIS-3. Oh my god, I think this might be the end of this Tiger Race. Yeah, straight on it! Oh, the Tiger Race is moving in for some revenge though. We need to be careful that it is an overrun. 85 Square trying to take a shot. Didn't penetrate here. Trying to shoot through the terrain. I was going to try and overrun it.
Combat unit ready.
76 is pushing up really bravely. I didn't know if I was going to coordinate or not. If I was moving, okay, they're going to try and overrun it.
Infantry assaulting. Taking fire.
Good close range shot there. Tiger's got one. 85's going to push up now, though.
Stand ready. Come well.
And there goes Amarak. Straight through the sides.
We have lost
Double Tiger is down.
tank.
Huge loss here for the Germans. And with that, I think the defense is going to start faltering. We don't have enough out in the field, I think. Because 85 is still on the field. The B force is still manned. We do have a Panzer IV J, but I don't think that'll be enough.
Under fire.
More Volksturm and some Stormtroopers pushing northwards, though.
Sector is at
Mines in the way, though, but they are going to get a Panzer IV stuff. Oh, high explosive! Oh my god!
Forward elements report an infantry unit lost.
That's the dangerous thing of pulling infantry so close together.
Crew ready. Squad.
Oh yeah, it's not looking good here for the Germans. Not alive being prepared. And with that, the Germans surrender. The defense outside somewhere in eastern Germany has failed, and the Soviets will keep pushing through. I hope you all enjoyed this intense match. And I'll see you all in the next one, everyone. Bye bye.